Kory White, Pandas Volleyball, thank you so much for joining us. You are live right now from Hungary. It's been quite the past year. Talk about the process. So, Pandas Volleyball, obviously, we found out the season was canceled last summer-ish. From there, you had some opportunities. How did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, so well, I found out that like obviously our season got canceled, and I'd slowly been at that time talking and working with an agent because I was getting close to like obviously I was getting into my fifth year, and I wanted to play pro after like my fifth year anyway. So we were slowly in communication, and he was messaging me pretty much like right after we found out that we weren't going to be having a season. He was just messaging me asking like, how am I doing, what's it going on, like sorry about like Canada West and sorry about the U of A. And um, he said, I don't know if like you'd want to take on this opportunity, but like we have a team in Hungary that's looking for a right side. And I know it's very last minute. And but he reached out to me and asked like if I wanted to come play. And so I looked at the contract, and it just like it was really fast because like I was signing really late to this team, and they were looking for a Canadian, and they had like one that just like dropped. So the opportunity opened up to me. So it was really like short. It was really short notice, and it was really new. But I just saw an opportunity to keep playing because I knew I wasn't going to have it this year, and I didn't really know what I was going to do this year. So I just hopped on board right away. And then like a month later, after finding out that this contract was available, I was on a plane and heading to Hungary.
So, talk about the time from that flight to Hungary till now. What have been some of the challenges for you?
A big adjustment has been just like obviously being in a new like country. The culture is a lot different, and the language. And I'm living in a very small town in Hungary, so English is like very limited. So that's been like a huge challenge, and so that's big. And then also just trying to like learn some of the cultural differences, and something simple as you don't think it's hard, but actually like just grocery shopping became like quite a challenge because nothing is English at all. So that's huge. But like when it came to just like the actual volleyball side of it, it's just like adapting to like a brand new coach and a brand new like practice atmosphere, and getting to know like athletes. And like these are girls that have been playing since they were like 5 years old compared to like most of other athletes that like started sports like way later, especially volleyball. So pretty much from day one till like now, it's just been everything's just been a learning experience. And then like every single day I'm learning something new. If it's not a new word in Hungarian, it's like something new in volleyball. And it's like, and the girls out here, like they're a lot bigger and a lot stronger. And like, so it's just been, everything's been crazy. And especially with being in COVID too, like learning how they're handling it and how we're supposed to handle it, and like trying to adapt to the new rules and everything. Like it's just been a whole challenge and a whole new experience.
I guess one advantage of that new learning experience for you is you haven't had to do it alone. Courtney Baker from Dalhousie has joined you as well for this experience. And she signed right around the same time. I believe you guys even traveled to Hungary together.
Yes,
So,
we did.
how has it been having her by your side through that whole thing, knowing that you have another Canadian there?
It's been huge because like it's kind of funny. Sometimes there's moments where like we'll look at each other and just be like, did like does that seem new to you? Like, do you understand what's going on? Like, so it's been like huge, and you don't realize how much like being around someone that like fluently speaks English or like knows your culture is like so it's so special, especially your first year, because it's like it's such an adjustment and such a new flip and a new way of life, that like having someone that's going through it with you for their first time as well, and knows at least like what you're coming from. And um I'm just like having that extra support that like you didn't think would be as important, but it's been like huge for like the both of us to have us both there. And I think continuing on with our pro career, like having that first year being with someone, I think it'll make life like it'll make things way easier. And I think we're just always going to be that support with each other, even if we're not in the same team, unfortunately, next year.
In terms of the style of play that you've come into playing at the pro level, you talked earlier about the size difference with the players. Are there other major noticeable areas in terms of the style of play? I think back to when the Pandas play against the Japanese national program during the New Year's Classic, or when you go to Japan. There's that complete different style of play. Are you noticing any change in this game as well?
Yeah, it's like definitely getting to know, and I've like slowly gotten to see it more throughout my like volleyball career, but like actually getting to like playing it too, like it just gives you a more appreciation of like all the different ways that like sport could be played. And even if it's the same sport of just volleyball, like it's really cool to see like coaches and their different coaching techniques, and even like players and their own different techniques and what they've learned, and like they'll even pass on things that they've been taught throughout their years to like give you little like hints. So it's like it's just like it's a really cool experience, because like you just get to see like how like how like adverse the sport is, even if it's this everyone's playing the same sport, like how many different ways there are to play it. And there's no just like one simple rule book of like this is how you have to play it and this is the right technique. So like there's a lot of things that I'm learning from here that like I'll for sure like bring with me when I come back home. So it's been really cool.
You talk about those takeaways, whether it's volleyball based or life based. What do you think is going to be your biggest takeaway from this experience?
I think just like honestly learning to be just a little bit tougher for sure. Like I find that like we're obviously like everyone views like Canadians as really soft, and they definitely thought that for sure when I came out here. So I think that's gonna be my biggest thing, is just like being a little tougher. And like it's been so like they're so good at being like just like next point, move on, doesn't matter what happened, like you just keep going. And I found like for myself, and I even struggled with this like a lot when I play at home, is sometimes like I'll still be thinking about the point that I like messed up on, or something I did wrong like five, and it was like 5 points ago, right? Where out here, like it's just like they're so good at just being like next point, move on, whatever happened doesn't matter, like next one. And like they just push it to the side so well. So I think like that's gonna be like the biggest thing that I'll like feel like it's almost like it's crazy, because it's almost like they just like it's just like nobody cares, so you just move on. I like that doesn't like it sounds kind of crazy, but it's like it's so true. It's like nobody cares what happened, like you just move on. And like they're just very like I just find the girls out here are very good at like even if they give you heck for something, the next point they're cheering you on the next one, right? And like so it's so different, because like they just like nothing's personal, right? And you just move on. So I think that's gonna be like honestly my biggest takeaway.
It's a great takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look ahead to this coming year. You're traveling back from Hungary in about 2 weeks now, I think. And then you look forward to the upcoming season. So joining back with the Pandas volleyball program for your final year. What's that feeling like, knowing that you've got that season coming up with the Pandas now?
I'm honestly so excited. Like I am like I've been chatting with a lot of the girls that are still there right now. I'm really excited to get to know like our new rookies that we got this past year, and the ones that are coming in this new year. I'm excited to kind of like reintegrate myself back into the season, because like I felt so separated from it this year, and I tried to do whatever I could to be like as connected as I could, but with this time difference and everything, like it's been really difficult. So I'm just excited to get back and work with Lori again, and like work with like Mia and our other coaches, and like and be back with these girls, because like these girls are my family, and I just feel like I've been like away from my family for so long. So like it's just gonna I know like the first day I'm back, it's gonna feel like I never left, and these girls will make it feel like I never left. So I'm so excited. Like I could even hide my excitement right now.
Well, I know, speaking on behalf of the athletics department, we're excited to see you back and all our other Golden Bears and Pandas student athletes once we're able to do so in a safe manner. Kory, listen, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck over the next 2 weeks, and have a safe flight back. We can't wait to see you back in Edmonton. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.